All right, so I was talking to two of my clients today at separate times, and just purely coincidentally, both of them were having the same issue with their nutrition. So both of them have really cleaned up their diets really well. I've been very proud of their efforts with that. We're working very closely with them to get that accomplished. But what I noticed after looking at their journal is they're eating some really clean food, but they are still overeating that clean food. Both of them have pretty big appetites, and they're overeating the food that that we're recommending to them. Again, kudos to them for eating right and healthy and good stuff, but you can still overeat healthy food. So what I would want to do today is make a video and talk about what your portions should be. An easy way to calculate your portions, okay? This is not something I came up with. It's actually the fine folks over at Precision Nutrition. This is their recommendation, and after putting it into practice with a lot of people, it's pretty darn accurate and it's a pretty good way of doing it. So I want to share that with you. That's one of the things we share with our clients on their nutrition. This takes the headache of calorie counting out of the equation, because most people's hand sizes are pretty proportionate to their body size. So when you calculate your portions based on your hand, and I'll cover how to do that in just a second, you're going to get a pretty accurate calorie count of what you should be eating throughout the day, without again having to add up your calories and all that stuff that nobody wants to do or sticks with very long anyway. So let's start with guys. If you can see that my palm here. Okay, so when you have protein, let's start with protein. Every meal you want 2 palm-sized portions of protein. When I say palm size, I mean, of course, the diameter or whatever it's called of the palm, but also the thickness. So take your palm, look at it, multiply that size times 2. That's about what your protein should be, your meat, if you will. When it comes to vegetables, if you look at your fist is multiply that by 2, and that's going to be how many vegetables you want, is 2 fist-sized servings of vegetables. All right, when it comes to your starchy carbohydrates, your sweet potato, white potato, fruit, things like that, if you can see my cupped hand here, so you cup your hand. I don't know how well you can see that, but if you cup your hand and do now both of them at the same time, 2 cupped handfuls is what you want of your starchy carbohydrate. Again, your potatoes, fruit, things like that. And then fat, if you can see your thumb, 2 of those. So everything's multiplied by 2. Palm size times 2 for protein, fist size times 2 for vegetables, 2 cupped handfuls for the starchy carbohydrates, and then 2 thumb-sized servings of fat, with fat being, of course, your nuts, oils, seeds, avocados, things like that. So, ladies, it's almost identical, except you're cutting it in half, meaning that 1 palm size for the protein, 1 fist for the vegetables, 1 cup handful for the starchy carbohydrates, and 1 thumb size of the fat. Last little point on this is this assumes A, you're eating 3 meals a day, so you're doing that with each meal, and then B, it assumes that you're exercising. So what I would call moderately active, maybe you get to the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, something like that, but don't have a ton of other activity in your life. I'd call you moderately active, so it kind of assumes that's your activity level. If you're way more active, have an active job, you're an athlete, something like that, you may have to adjust up. If you are very sedentary, not exercising, you may need to adjust down. Don't want to get too deep into that in this video, but for most people who have a moderate exercise routine, that's about what you're looking for. So hope that makes some sense. And not only does that help with overeating, but also helps with undereating, because I know a lot of people don't eat enough food. But if you follow that portion control technique there, you won't undereat or overeat. And for most people, that's going to be just about right where you need to be for your food intake for the day. So hope that makes some sense. If you got any questions, let me know. You can always reach out to me at furyfitness.jason@gmail. Again, furyfitnessjason at Gmail, and then the website is furyfitnesswoodstock.com, furyfitnesswoodstock.com. You can check us out there, all the good stuff, fun stuff we're doing with the boot camps there. So hope that made some sense. Let me know any questions you have, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.